Greetings, fellow life beings of Earth, and welcome once again to the Quantum Cafe and the Interstellar Lounge with your host here, the Cosmic Messenger. Now, you know, I like to get wild on my video channel, so we're going to take this to a whole nother level of getting extra wild, right? How do we go even more wild when we've talked about astral travel, beings from other planets, and all that sort of stuff? Well, I came across some information the other day I think would be important to share, which I've kind of touched on in my videos, but didn't really get the full impact of what this is. So, to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, first off, I got the information from the Ascension Glossary. That is a wonderful tool for you to use. It's online, and you basically go into the Ascension section, and it'll just be like definition after definition, going through and quite lengthy descriptions of all of the stuff we've talked about, from the etheric body to what the second dimension is. It's a big giant list, so it's a really healthy but positive and a high vibe tool to use. I highly recommend going and checking it out. And when I say healthy, I mean like something that's good for your body to digest the nutrients, because a lot of our media is definitely questionable at during these times, and your mental sphere needs to be as clean as possible to handle all these new frequencies that are coming into Earth. So, on the Ascension Glossary, I came across, so we got two things we're going to talk about. 3, 6, 9 rod repair, and the cosmic spiritual sun. So I printed out some of the notes from there, so I'm going to be kind of going through it, and then we'll chat about it a little bit as well too. So I've talked about Merkaba before, your Merkaba spin, your Merkaba field. We've talked about Kundalini, and that's the energy rising up your spine. That is the current that basically gives us the master templates for our energy to ensue. So in the 369 rod, which is inside of your body, they speak of this in many different metaphysical modalities. The 369 rod exists in the 3rd, 6th, and 9 dimension, bringing them all together. But each one of those master dimensions use all of them beforehand, right? So the first one is like the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Okay? Now, why is this rod important? Because the field that we have, the sacred geometry and the energetics that we use, has been damaged. And it's been damaged a long time ago into the human field. So when we have all of these new waves of ascension energies, when we have lots of frequencies coming in, or just people realizing and waking up and shifting all of their patterns, this inherently, when you do energetic work or go see a practitioner, not everybody works on this stuff. I do myself, but it's going into those timelines and reactivating the DNA that's dormant so that we can actually turn on the full capacity of what it is to be a human being, a life form, a human being. And this 3, 6, and 9 body is the marriage of both. And I don't mean who you resonate with, who you are inside as your soul in terms of masculine and male and female. I'm talking the masculine and the feminine energies merging together. So this rod holds a lot of those keys that go down, and when it's out of balance, things don't function correctly. It's safe to say that almost all of us have rod repair damage, including myself. And as you initiate more of the repair, just like when you work on yourself, so you're going to start eating healthy, and you've been eating junk food for decades, and you're like, hey, I'm done with this. This is affecting my health. You don't change overnight. It takes time. It's a process, right? So I'm going to dive in because there's a lot of info here. This is super cool stuff. Now, some of it may sound right away super mega advanced, because it is, but at the same time, I'm going to explain a little bit of it and how it works, okay? Remember, too, that when we were first designed as human beings, the original template of the type that we see now, there was a lot of, the galaxy got together and put a whole bunch of beings at high levels to work and make our 12-strand DNA. But one of the master geneticists that was going to take that light, sacred geometry, information, all this stuff in the cells too, and stick that into our human body, that was the new hybrid, was Sirius, master geneticists. And they were able to put those master codes inside of us. So as that was being designed, it was that we had the potential to then reactivate this broken 369, 369 being the third, sixth, and ninth dimension rod. And the rod goes in conjunction with the staff, which is the feminine counterpart. And then when we first incarnate, we have the design that happens when we pass through the Lyran Stargate, right? Okay? So, here we go. The 3, 6, and 9 rod repair. So it's going to be reading and we'll hang out a little bit. Alright. So each of the horizontal triad bodies, triad 3, 6, and 9, each of them having 3 sections to them, right? Horizontal. Boom, 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 boom. Which encompasses the masculine and the mental principle. So your mental body, everything to do with mental activity, of the energy current. The last third of the harmonic structure, or the last 12 subharmonic strings. So when you get into like the 10th, 11th, and 12th dimension, it's like the string theory, but think of it different, super quantum. The strings, they're all parallel and working together and merging, right? For the harmonic triad concludes at 3, 6, and 9, meaning it finishes when it's fully completed, repairing itself. This term is a shorthand reference to scan and initiate. You know when you commit to something and you go, I'm initiating myself to commit to this long term, that starts a process and it cannot be stopped. Unless there is some serious rejection of it. Generally, you're going for it. Of the 36 harmonics. So altogether, this encompasses 36 harmonics located in each of the horizontal triad bodies. Located in the third, sixth, and ninth dimension, as we talked. Third being the drop-down physical that we are in now, the most dense physical you are going to get. The sixth dimension. So when you're in the fifth dimension, you're using your light body and your energetic body merged with your physical from a love-centered experience. The sixth dimension, which is an astral plane, a way higher version of it. We wouldn't even call it the astral plane, but it's like the fifth uses the sixth for sacred geometry, light, and information. And the ninth dimension is our ninth dimensional rainbow diamond crystalline template. So, the 3, 6, and 9 bodies are required for correct energy circulation of the current, your current of energy, out of the it says Merkabic bodies, the Merkaba, that's the 2 tetrahedrons, lodged together to make a star tetrahedron, and that spins. When you have these spin effects, when you get a little bit high from all this natural energy work, or like, what the heck, the Schumann resonance went up, solar flares, gamma rays. Some people may get in touch with their light body, their higher self. That will activate your Merkaba. Each one does a little bit. It'll spin for a bit, and then it's always spinning, but if it's not repaired correctly, it will not spin to the level that we require it to. And that's also for, I would like to have another word for manifestation, but when creating your reality, you get the Merkaba going and your reality spins quicker, right? For yourself and then for the collective. Merkabodies to run these combined triad of kundalini currents boom, up the spine to spiral into their correct patterns. The Merkaba does not spin correctly or spin at all if these subharmonic strings of the 369 rod repair are damaged, which we pretty much all of us have damaged somewhere along the way. Running reversal, or they're missing. So they're spinning in the wrong direction, right? Kind of like the brainwashing matrix that's out there, spun it the other way. We did it to ourselves, so it's all a holographic field, right? Or it's missing components. So the 12th dimensional, that is the highest shift in any form of anything that looks physical, because after that you go beyond the physical. The 12th dimension, diamond sun body consciousness. This is helping us have that rise up, the truth seeker, the being your best self, the finding your path, your way. Or our higher avatar Christos has the intelligence and the blueprint. We can damage it all we want. but the blueprint is still there and will always be there, required to rebuild and repair these damaged light body structures, which is available. Some of this information, all of it, is available in the Akashic Records. Your light body is all of the other bodies that we've ever talked about. Your avatar, your etheric body, your astral twin, your essence self, higher self, oversoul components, right? Maiden, mother, crone, your celestial bodies, all that stuff. Once the Kundalini current runs in the correct patterns. Do we learn any of this while we're growing up? We have a damaged natural spin pattern of our gravitational energetic field, and you get raised, most of us, into society, and this isn't even touched upon. I think this is pretty important because it navigates our entire reality. To build the sub-harmonic strings in each of the 3, 6, 9 dimensions, the actual structure of the horizontal triad bodies can begin to build higher mental bodies, which puts you in touch with the divine mind, and merge into their trinitized form, hence all of the triangular output of the Merkaba shape, the sacred geometry of it. The corrected mental body patterns rebuild in each of these higher mind matrices, also leading to Metatronic repair. Think Archangel Metatron, Metatron's cube, from the Nephilim 9D body correction, which was what they deemed the archonic reptilian, we have it in us anyways, body correction of this, not false template because it's real and we're living through them, but there was a I like what this page uses, the negative alien agenda. Inserted us to create into our holographic field, into our consciousness, through our mass collective, a body that doesn't necessarily resonate with our highest self. Electron splitting and reversal electron light patterns have manifested Metatronic reversal in the masculine principle, if you're going through this repair process. Therefore, damaging the rod structure in the consciousness and its operational functions in the light body for human beings and the planetary body. Earth, Gaia, its ascended form, has light body as well too. It's all the micro and the macro, right? When these harmonic triads are corrected through the horizontal triad bodies. See, this is getting me thinking, because when I do my energetic sessions, I do multidimensional Reiki healing, there's a lot of times, more recently, say in the last 6 to 8 months, where these horizontal lines are coming on top of people, and it's doing some sort of gravitational light body repair. This is exactly what it is. Super cool. See, I'm learning as we go too, right? It's fun. Structure known as the masculine rod starts to initiate and activate the light body. All of these horizontal triad bodies in the 3rd, 6th, and 9th layers of the body too, and the dimensions, must be operating correctly and merged with the female principal staff, the rod and the staff, currents to ultimately manifest Hieros Gamos, or the sacred marriage of the divine masculine and feminine within, which includes inner child, both versions, teenager, elder, adult, combined. Okay, that was a wild trip. These are the kinds of things, I'm a little bit of a futurist, but these are the kinds of things that are going to definitely be taking place more on a regular basis. But newsflash, they're already happening. Okay, so you may have hear me talk about the cosmic sun, the galactic central sun, the galactic core, or in astrology, I think it's December, November, somewhere around there, when Jupiter comes around and does its rotation, transits over, it aligns itself with the galactic center of the Milky Way. So, our sun is evolving too, just as we are. It's one intertwined consciousness creation. So, pretty cool stuff. So, we're going to go into the cosmic spiritual sun, okay? And what's happening with our sun, because I don't know if people have noticed, but quite a few years ago, but within the last 7 or 8 years, our sun's changed color. And this has been talked about lots. Now we're used to it up in the sky. The sun is ascending. It goes up to other levels too. So this is also from the Ascension Glossary, so let's touch base on the cosmic spiritual sun and what does this mean. So the cosmic spiritual sun is the spiritual sun behind our sun. Very cool. It's like there's another etheric version of it. The sun hides an etheric planet orb, which is an entrance. And many have talked about this entrance being a portal for things to come in and out of. To the cosmic spiritual sun, which holds within itself the first principle of the emanation of the Father's eternal light, the solar king, and the 7 sacred suns. The Holy Father principle within the cosmic spiritual sun, which gives light to all things in the universe, right? Light, information, it's giving it all that is. The awakening Holy Father is heralding the reappearance of the cosmic Christos, so Christed consciousness principle in our solar system, thus giving us the opportunity to even grab, take, use the unlimited amount of energy. The free, cyclical, heart-centered beam. Right? As we go with it, it's already happening there. So, they were beyond our reach in the previous timelines, before we started doing our galactic multidimensional healing. Because of a ring pass knot around our solar system from the Earth coordinate, blocking it. Now is the time they return to activity with the Earth plane and humanity. The release of the solar cross, the ring pass knot, is tantamount to the related initiation of the planetary logos and the positive future evolution of collective humanity. And we are in a big change right now. So the main solar body, so our visible sun, the one we see right now with our eyes, is undergoing an evolution in that its magnetic pole is reversing, which is further altering its solar ray transmission to Earth and to other planets. And if we've noticed recently, or felt it recently, or read things about it, the Schumann frequencies are up. Gamma rays are coming in like never before. For a lot of people, they're experiencing through their eyes, seeing and feeling quantum physics right in front of them. Everything's melting and slightly moving. It's almost like you're on a natural, cosmic high all the time, right? And these energies that are coming through some people are getting really intense physical shifts, and it can be really hardcore. Other people are having spontaneous awakenings, right? And rememberings. So, as the poles shift, we go through a change too, right? The change also alters the function of the constellation of Ursa Major, which is interesting because my partner had a big Ursa Major come down in the middle of one of my sessions that she was doing on me. And I was, what is this Ursa Major all about? And I tend to receive a lot of information about the collective. It just keeps finding me. So Ursa Major, in which its 7 main stars are sequentially merging forces with their counterpart, these 7 sister stars in the Pleiades, which holds us and keeps us in the photonic belt while we're in the age of Aquarius and Leo. The resulting alchemical merge of these constellation of stars is manifesting a new expression of creation in the higher cosmic planes. So everything is constantly working itself forward, right? It's almost like to send us to the next level, but then also shift us so that we don't revert back to where we were. This is referred to as the 7 sacred suns in the one, merging together. The collective spiritual suns are also called the Aurora Sun. Cool name, right? That's where we get our Aurora Borealis. This allows for the 7 sacred suns to unite as one connected solar body, talking together, working together, merging together in different fields of reality, to transmit the cosmic spiritual sun plasma waves. And I've been telling a long time on these videos and all over the place, I'm not the only one. This is a photonic plasmatic experience. Everything's changing, everything's moving. Think of plasma. Your cells are plasmatic. Where are we going? This is so cool. Which is the source field of building the Christos diamond sun body in its 7 tones. 7 chakras, 7 tones, seed sounds, ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, a, la. This is also known as the crystal aegis. The 7 suns are the base shield. The shield holds it together for building the Eucharistic body, Christed consciousness, the emerald heart, or the double diamond sun body of the Oraphim and the vehicle for the Christos Sophia expressions. Now that's rad, right? These are all our higher templates that we're working with. It is vastly significant as it marks the astrological resolution of levels of the miasmic blueprint of many karmic imprinted histories in stellar and cellular memory record. And if you've noticed, there is lots of people having past future life recognition, contacting their higher selves, merging with beings from other planets, talking to the inner earth, having timelines, things being released through their cells. I mean, look what's going on in the world right now. That's totally a cellular toxin for this crazy time on earth. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This lockdown. This is similar to saying that there is a clearing of the Akashic records related to some karmic events in time that were committed with humanity's cooperation. We did say yes to this. We allowed it to happen. We cooperated on some levels. This is a cosmic convergence between the spiritual source, these stellar bodies, your interstellar bodies, and the matter worlds at new levels. Some of what may be called cosmic evil or cosmic rage, interesting, stemming from multiple planetary histories, is coming into a final dissolution within past timelines, because when you bring all these things together, the cool part about the human body is it can access all 12 dimensions at once. That's its maxed out point, its superpower, and with that means you heal all of them through multiple timelines and planets all at the same time, okay? Whew! Take it just a moment there. That was a wild trip. I really appreciate anyone and everyone who sits down and takes the time to watch these wild videos. It's a little bit ahead of the game right now, but down the road, in June, July, and August, June and July, June 5th, we're gonna have 3 solar eclipses, 3 eclipses, 2 lunar and a solar. So lunar, solar, lunar. June 5th, June 21st, and July 5th. Now that's a wild trip. We're going to have 3 of them back to back, so get ready for that one. So I'm going to release this video out into the wild and see where it goes. And as far as all of you, have a most spectacular, beautiful day, and it's always an honor and a pleasure to speak with you.